What's up, everyone? This is Josh from Misos Healing. Today I want to talk about desiccated liver. But before we jump in, please like this video, show us a little support. Please hit that subscription button and notification button so every Wednesday when we put out a video, you get notified. Now, let's talk about desiccated liver and why we're talking about desiccated liver, the supplement, right? It has kind of taken the industry by storm between the certain people on social media and the arena that we're in, kind of that pro-metabolic, support the thyroid, support the adrenal. It has become a very popular supplement, or really any desiccated organ supplement has become very popular. Why? Well, I would say out of all of them, we like desiccated liver the most. It's the one we use the most from Perfect Supplement brand. You can find that link in the description. And here's the reason we like desiccated liver. Well, first of all, when's the last time you talked to someone that said, oh, I want to eat liver, it's so delicious? Well, I grew up eating liver pate. I love eating liver pate, and I still eat a lot of liver pate. I always tried to push my clients towards eating food first, and I recommend you do the same, right? Why? Because nature always provides us with what we need. And it's easier, it's more fun, and it's less expensive to have to buy supplements to meet that need, right? So you want to play with different types of organ meats, right? If we're talking about liver, whether it be beef liver, whether it be chicken liver, whether it be duck liver. I would say the easiest way to get started, and 20 years ago when we started in this business, you couldn't buy this stuff in a grocery store. We could barely find liver in the grocery store. But there's so many different stores from Trader Joe's to Whole Foods that have duck liver, that have beef liver, that have chicken liver pates that you can buy. And it's an easy way to introduce organ meats into your diet because it's creamy, it's delicious, and it's nice, right? It's much more palatable than just a piece of liver sitting on your plate. But to each their own. If you like it, great. But try some different things before you just jump to the supplement itself. But why do we like the organ meat or the supplement since we're talking about it? Well, desiccated liver or liver itself is loaded. It's loaded with retinol, so vitamin A, vitamin A, D, E, K, B12, folate, zinc, chromium, zinc, copper, the list goes on. It is a nutrient-dense superfood. It's loaded with folate, right? Just 3 ounces of chicken liver has, I think, almost 600 micrograms of folate and almost 3,000 micrograms of retinol. So you can see how nutrient dense and powerful these foods are, right? So we always say eat the food first, but if you just can't stomach the food and you've created a nutritional foundation with other metabolic foods like fatty fish and shellfish and whitefish and dairy and eggs if you can tolerate them, and different types of muscle meats. You're getting a variety of all these different, seafoods and muscle meats and things, and you've created a foundation with metabolic carbohydrates, fruits, roots, and winter squashes. And you've created a frequency and it's really supporting you. You feel like you're paying off your debt. You feel like you're moving in the right direction, right? Maybe you've been doing the work for 2, 3, 4 months now. Now's the time you can probably add the supplement in. You can add the desiccated liver supplement to supplement what you're already doing. If you go there first, what a lot of people do is they put less energy into the food because they think just because I'm taking the supplement, I don't need to focus so much on the food. So it's kind of a mental game, and that's why we focus on food first. And you've created the foundation. At the same time, there's a deeper message here, which we've talked about before. And it's really technical and goes beyond this video, but you have to support the adrenal-thyroid relation to support the liver to boost ceruloplasmin. And that takes copper-rich foods, retinol-rich foods. It takes eliminating things that affect copper metabolism from certain medications and birth control pills. Not we're telling you to go off any of these. High fructose corn syrup, glyphosate, synthetic supplements like D, zinc, calcium, etc., because they affect copper metabolism. So we have to support the body's production of bioavailable copper. Before we start taking the supplement, we do that with food. Because if we don't do that with food, we don't regulate the relationship between the adrenals and thyroid. And when it doesn't support the liver to produce ceruloplasmin, and you're taking the supplement, right? But the warehouse is kind of shut down. It's not doing what it's designed to do. So you take it, the supplement doesn't really do anything. So the food first. Work with the metabolic foods, build a foundation, de-stress the system, support the thyroid, support the liver to produce ceruloplasmin, and then, depending on how you feel vitality-wise, you're paying off your debt, that 3, 4, 5 month mark, maybe you start adding in desiccated liver, right? Because it's loaded with fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. It's loaded with retinol, it's loaded with copper and zinc. Folate, as I mentioned. Everyone's so gung-ho on taking folic acid, which isn't the same thing for pregnancy. Why not just eat organ meats or take desiccated liver? It's from nature. It's not synthetic folic acid. It's folate. It's completely different, right? Now, a lot of people come to us and say, well, I have histamine issues, right? What we usually recommend is instead of using liver, eat kidney, because kidney contains DAO, the enzyme. And of course, yes, we still need retinol-rich foods and copper-rich foods. We have to change how we're living, how we're eating to reduce that stress response right now. But I can tell you hands down, because many clients that have done it, that the more organ meats they eat, the more seafood they eat, the shellfish, the whitefish, the fatty fish, and they get those metabolic carbs, and they heal. The histamine reactions go down. Why? Because they're supporting the central atom of the DAO enzyme, which is copper. Right? And they're able to regulate that enzyme to clean up copper, but at the same time, they're decreasing the stress in the system, reducing inflammation, which is overproducing the amount of histamine. But histamine issues, you can gravitate towards kidney because it contains DAO, or a desiccated kidney itself. Now, how to take it? We usually recommend taking it in the morning with breakfast. Most will say take 4 a day or 6 a day on the label. We always say start with 1. You're taking a superfood that's loaded with retinol and copper. You're going to turn on tons of enzymatic reactions that you're not used to having. So we always recommend going super slow, starting with 1 a day. See how it makes you feel. Give it a week or two. Go to 2. See how you feel and find your sweet spot. That sweet spot might be 2 for a long period of time until you feel ready to go to 3, 4, etc., depending on the one you're taking. So hopefully this makes sense. If you got questions, as always, put them in the comment section. Gravitate towards food first. But if you can't stomach the organ meats and you want to add something in, add desiccated liver once you've created a foundation, once you feel more vital, and once you've strengthened the relationship between the adrenals and the thyroid to support the liver. So when you take the supplement, it can do what it's designed to do, supplement everything else you're already working on and that you've created. Thank you for tuning in as always. I'm out.